Hey guys, it's Lala from Dream Path, and today I'm going to be designing these nails. We're going to be using my medium square nail templates today, and I just want you to ignore this layer. But let's get started. We're going to click on the nail template layer and set it to reference, add a new layer, and start filling our base colors. So we're going to be using white, black, and pink. However, the footage in this video is a little bit blown out. The white balance is off. It's just too white. So sometimes when I start working on the nails, you're gonna realize that nails that should be pink actually look white, and you just won't be able to see things as clearly, which is really messed up, and I'm kind of sad about that. I swear I was clicking where I wanted the thing to focus, but it didn't work clearly. Anyway, I'm going to add a new layer and set it to clipping mask. I just want to show you quickly what clipping mask does. So I'm going to choose like this red color, and as you can see I'm coloring, but it won't show up, but it will show up in the nails because the arrow is pointing to the base color of the nails. So now I'm going to actually work on it. I'm going to choose my monoline brush. I'm going to zoom into this pinky nail here, and I'm going to outline it fully in black with the monoline brush. So I'm just going to like do 2 lines on the side and then do the bottom. And I'm holding and snapping to create like a neat line. And I'm doing the same thing with the top, and it creates like an ellipsis, and I can pull it down just to have it show up a little bit more. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to slide it. I'm going to click the transform tool and slide it into the other pinky nail. Once I have it all lined up, you'll know you'll have it lined up when those 3 lines show up. And I'll show you what I mean there. See these 3 lines here? 1, 2, and 3. So if you want to turn that on, you're going to click on the transform tool and then go to the bottom there, and you'll see snapping. You're going to click on that and toggle snapping on, and that way it'll line things up for you, and you'll be able to see if things are aligned properly. So I'm going to merge those 2 layers, and I'm doing the same thing on both of those nails, so I'm going to just do it at the same time. I'm going to Gaussian blur them, water break. And then moving on to the next step, I'm going to add a new layer under the layer that I was just working on, so that it will automatically be turned on clipping mask. And I'm going to take the general pen brush, and I'm going to use a dark yellow color, and I'm going to create a French tip on this nail. Now you can see what I'm talking about. This nail here is actually pink in real life, but the white balance in this video was completely off, and I couldn't fix it in post, so this is what we're working with. But you can see this nail design on my Instagram as well. I'm going to take the templates off of reference to fill this French tip. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to click on the layer with the deep yellow French tip, and I'm going to hit select. Once I do that, these lines will pop up where it'll be lines over everything except the French tip. And that allows me to draw only in that shape. So I'm going to get my dark brown color, and I'm going to create lines on the side, and then a light yellow color and create a line down the center. I know it looks white, but in real life it's light yellow. And then I'm going to Gaussian blur it, and that's going to create like my metallic shape. And I'm just going to duplicate this layer and slide it over into the other pink nail. And then I'm going to merge them. And then I'm going to do the same thing where I add a new layer under the layer that I just worked on, so it'll already be on clipping mask. And then I'm going to start working on the ombres on these nails here. So as you can see, as I'm adding the ombre, you're seeing the actual color of the nail a little bit. I'm adding a black ombre, but you can see the pink because the nail is actually pink in real life. It's just super blown out in this video, and I'm so sorry for that. I'm going to start adding the gold details here on the black nails. This is on a new layer as well, and it is on clipping mask as well. So I'm going to draw that shape, fill it, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the French tips. I'm going to hit select, and then I'm going to take the dark brown, add my lines, and I'm going to take the light yellow and add those lines, and then I'm going to Gaussian blur everything so that it looks metallic. I'm going to duplicate it and slide it over to the other black nail, and I'm actually going to flip it vertically so that it's not identical. And then on the white nails, I'm going to take my black monoline brush and draw an oval and hold it so that it snaps to shape and it creates a perfect oval. And then I'm going to outline the nails and fill that space there so that I can have this white oval inside of a black nail. So after that, I'm done with I'm done with clipping mask, I'm going to add a new layer on top of everything so that it's not set to clipping mask. And then I'm going to start doing my black jellies, and I'm using my jelly brush, and then I'm just going to add pressure and then lighten my pressure to make that shape. I'm just going to do it twice on this nail, and then on my other nail I'm going to be doing it 3 times. I started a little bit low on this nail, so after I do the second one, I'm going to hit the transform tool and slide it up a little bit. And then I'm going to continue my third line. And then that's that. After I'm done with all of that, I'm going to split view and start adding some crystals. So I'm going to split view with Good Notes because I have my crystals saved there. And I'm going to click on the Dripping in Jewels pack. I'm going to find the crystal shape I want, tap on it, and drag it into Procreate. And then I'm going to size this down properly and then place it where I want on the nail. And once I have my final design, like, I'm going to size this down and then duplicate it and add another one below it. So I'm going to drag that below it and then make that one a little bit smaller. And then once I'm happy with the design, I'm going to merge those 2 layers. I'm going to add a new layer on top of the crystal layer, and I'm going to set it to clipping mask because I want what I draw to only fit into the crystals. I'm going to change the color of it, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to set it to clipping mask, and then you can see that there's an N beside the layer. I'm going to click on it and change the blend mode from normal. I'm going to scroll all the way down to the second last one and change it to color. And that way I can change the color of the crystals. So I'm going to I tested like a couple colors, but I really wanted like a muted yellowy orange color, but more on the orange side. I wanted it to look like an amber crystal. Like, this is a little bit too yellow to me, so I zoomed out. I was like, no, this whole design looks really, really yellow. So then I moved it a little bit more to the orange side, and I was happier with this color. And then I just merged it once I was happy with the color and duplicated it so I can take those crystals and add them to the other nail that has the oval, the white oval. So now I'm just adding some final touches like the highlights and the shadows. I'm sure if you've seen a lot of my tutorials, you'll know exactly how I did this. You just add new layers and set the opacity down to 60 for the white highlights, and for the black shadows you set it down to 15%, and then you can just take your general pen brush and add some highlights and shadows. But once I'm done with that, I'm just gonna reposition these nails. I just saved the whole PNG and then cut it up into this shape so that I can display it like this. This is what I do for my Instagram photos. But I actually ended up doing these nails in real life, and I like the way they turned out. The only thing I didn't like is that I used a yellow gold instead of a champagne gold. I was too lazy to get up and get my champagne gold. And then for the thumb and the pinky, I actually had a white builder gel, but I ended up adding too much clear to it, so it ended up looking gray instead of white over black. But you know, you live and you learn, you make mistakes, and you get better with time. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and happy planning. Let me know what you think of the nail design, and let me know if you learned anything today in this video.